Supersprout was formed in 2009 and we do 100% pure fruit and vegetable powders, and we do the finest powders in the world. We've done a lot of research around the world, we've had a look at the market, and really it is the best quality, it's all Australian, and it is just as good as eating fresh fruit and vegetables. We have a range of fruit and vegetables. The fruits are strawberry and blueberry and lemon. We also have a beautiful ginger product. We have broccoli sprout powder. We have beetroot, carrot, and we also have an apple. So the other two that are the sprouting products are wheatgrass sprout and barleygrass sprout. Major seller for us is our broccoli sprout powder, because broccoli sprouts are simply the best thing that you can put into your body. They are the best things that you can eat. Broccoli sprout powder is all about it's all about the cancer-fighting components of broccoli sprouts. We have actually had our broccoli sprouts independently tested by the Queensland Government, and we have found a compound called sulforaphane in our sprout powder, which is the cancer-fighting sulforaphane, and it's an absolutely unbelievable discovery for us, and that's something that has really excited us.
Supersprout had some testing done by the Queensland laboratories at the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. And what they found with the broccoli sprout powder is that there is no difference between the sprouts and the powder that they have produced for the levels of two compounds, one called glucoraphanin and one called myrosinase. Now, when water is added to this, and this is what the laboratories did, when they added water to their supersprout broccoli powder, what they found was that over 80% of the glucoraphanin that was present was converted into sulforaphane. What you want is the precursor, which is your glucoraphanin. The glucoraphanin is present in the broccoli sprout powder, and it's present at high levels. So as soon as you eat it, you get your sulforaphane produced exactly when you want it and at the higher concentrations. Sulforaphane seems to be very beneficial. According to the scientific literature, it seems to affect a large number of pathways in your body. Now, when you're talking about cancer, where a lot of these pathways are disrupted, what sulforaphane seems to be doing is bringing them back into balance again, which to a large extent means that the cancer either isn't going to occur or it's not going to increase in size, and if you're very, very lucky, what it will actually be doing is helping to decrease that cancer in size.
The thing about Supersprout is anyone can take it and everyone should take it. Broccoli sprout powder, though, itself is very, very good for people who are fighting disease or who have cancer, and it gives them that extra edge and it will give them that fighting chance. And that's what we want to do as a business. We want to change people's lives for the better, and we want people to get the message that eating good food is actually very, very easy, it's very simple, and you don't have to get complex. All you need to do is just boost up the nutritional value of the food that you're currently eating, and that's the best part, and that's the beauty of having Supersprout in your cupboard at any time of the day or night when you need it. Broccoli sprout actually works down at a cellular level. The more you take, the more benefit that you're going to get, and so you can take as much as you like, and it's really just fitting it into the current diet that you already have. And there's no hard and fast rule that we've come up with, but obviously we say to people, if you have cancer, try and take as much broccoli sprouts as you can, because that will assist in fighting that cancer right down at a cellular level. Well, the powder just comes in tubs and capsules for broccoli sprout, and it's a very, very convenient way to consume your food. Well, spaghetti is the first thing that comes to mind, because that's great for the whole family. So I always recommend people to start with a simple recipe to begin with, and we say spaghetti, tomato-based, bolognese, spaghetti and meatballs. Any type of pasta dish is a great way to get you going. Broccoli sprouts also very good to sprinkle on a salad, because it really mixes in with greens and with other vegetables beautifully, and it really enhances the flavour of those vegetables, and it doesn't overwhelm the flavour of a salad either when you're just sprinkling it over the top. Another great thing to do with broccoli sprout powder, and it's what I actually do every day for lunch, if I can manage it and if I'm not somewhere else for lunch, but if I'm eating my own food, I use it in rice. And I cook rice and I add some fish to the rice, either tuna or salmon. Then I add a bit of Tabasco, some cheese, and then I put a heaped tablespoon of broccoli sprout powder through that. And I mix it all together, and that's my hot lunch that I try to have, and I feel a lot better for it. And since I've found out about the wonders of the sprouts and the testing for the sulforaphane, I am now a regular user of broccoli sprout powder myself. Another great way to use the powder is in a soup, because soups are a very quick and easy way to have a fast dinner during winter time. They're great as leftovers, and so a soup can just you can just put the broccoli sprout powder into a soup right at the end when you take it off the heat. And of course, another fantastic way is putting it in your juices and smoothies. And this has already got some broccoli sprout powder in it. And if you're making a juice or a smoothie and you're using the powder regularly each morning in your juices and smoothies, it's a fantastic way to get a really good dose of broccoli sprout powder. There's absolutely no difference between broccoli sprout powder in a tub or in a capsule. If you break open our super sprout capsule, you will see exactly the same powder as it's sitting in the tub. And that's the wonderful thing about the capsules, is that they're very, very convenient to use. You can just get up in the morning, you can take them, have them in your bag, you can take them any time of the day or night, you can take as many as you like. You're not going to overdose on such a fabulous food, and it's all natural. And it's just covered in a veggie cap, so it's still Australian certified organic. All we do from this to the capsules and to the powder is we take the water out and we mill it. That's all we do. It sounds simple, but to even get to that simple process, it was a complex time of thinking how that could actually occur without losing the nutritional value. The most important part of Super Sprout, which sets us apart from any other powder in the world, is that we do not lose any nutritional value when we take the water out, because we use a very gentle process to do that. And when we test the powders for nutritional value, and that goes for the entire range, none of that nutritional value is lost. If you take other powders, if you have a look at the nutritional value of powders, you must be very, very careful that those powders haven't been heat dried or vat dried or drum dried, because what that can do is that can wipe out any nutritional value of those powders. The most important point is that when you take Super Sprout, you're taking exactly as nature intended the exact qualities of fresh fruit and vegetables.
I think that the reason that they're really important is that it shows that they are present, that sulforaphane is actually present, that the myrosinase and glucoraphanin are present at the same amounts in the powder as they are in the broccoli sprout, so that the process they've used to make the broccoli sprout powder has not destroyed any of these.
Broccoli sprouts are very, very hard to source. Once you do source them, they don't last very long, maybe a day or two. Then people have the idea, well, we can just grow them. The problem is they're very, very hard to grow, and they're very temperamental. We get a lot of customers coming and telling us that they are so relieved they finally found the powder, because after months of trying to source the seed, grow the sprouts themselves, cultivate them, and only having them die after a few days, and perhaps not growing to their full length that they need to grow. That's the other great thing about taking a powder rather than taking just the fresh sprouts. What we've found and what the researchers have told us is that powder is actually a much better way for your body to very, very quickly access the nutrition that it needs. And it's a great way for your body to absorb all of the nutrients. The thing that is so great about the broccoli sprout powder is no mess, no fuss, no waste. It's fantastic value for money. It's all Australian, and it's Australian certified organic. It's probably the best powder in the world, and it's the best way to eat broccoli sprouts.